got good grip, they'll tend to want to run around the bottom of this racetrack.
Everybody's just kind of feeling their car out right now. Low air pressure. Track's a little dirty from setting overnight.
Todd Bodine hunting a hole in between those two cars. It's not there, not quite wide enough.
Oh, trouble, trouble, guys. Jerry Nadeau. Jerry Nadeau. Here they go through the grass.
Got Robert Presley sliding through the infield there in the 77. Gets stopped before he gets to the pits.
And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but we're coming up on lap 3.
This is the
third
lap.
week in a row.
Well, for the third week in a row, lap 3 is a caution lap. Let's show you what happened to Jerry Nadeau, number 25.
What happened coming off of turn 4 down here, coming down into the tri-oval, and normally what happens there is somebody gets under somebody and they get together. See if we can see what happened back in here. No, I believe Nadeau's out there all by himself. Maybe got up in some of that loose stuff that we saw the Busch cars get in yesterday. Here we go. Yep. He was all by himself, spun around, went down in the grass, and man, watch these cats here. They're coming 180 mile an hour right through the grass, Larry.
Let's see Michael Waltrip's view.
Boy, Robert Presley in the 77 just missed Jerry Nadeau.
They did the Tennessee waltz right there in the infield.
Ooh.
Looks like he might have come down on Michael. Michael got in his left rear just a little bit, but Jerry come down on Michael.
Well, that's why our drivers hate in-car cameras.
From Ron Hornaday. Caution is out, and about 12 cars toward the back of the field are going to make pit stops. We'll come back and recap them in a moment.
Blue and orange 24 right there. He's only about seconds behind these guys.
That's them flames on that one. It's the tars on them others, the flames on that one.
We've completed 78 laps here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jeff Gordon continues to lead. Sterling Marlin and Kevin Harvick. Welcome back to Atlanta. Steve Park's engine has let go, and he brings out the caution for the second time today and makes that hard left into the garage. Now, just prior to that, Elliott Sadler made an unscheduled pit stop and went a lap down. Michael Waltrip came into pit road but kept going to try to avoid going a lap down when his teammate's engine let loose. Riding along with Michael there.
Adjustment to that race car. No, not really. We adjusted a half-pound air pressure at the first stop. Since then, we just kind of left it alone. He said that, you know, he's just trying to be easy with the car, take time with it, and hopefully get the GM Service Plus. Trying to Carlo a good finish at the end of the day.
Caution is out. Robbie Gordon bounced off the wall at turn 4. Report of oil on the racetrack. We're under yellow.
Here you see Gordon coming off turn 4, but he don't have near enough time to get back to Dave Blaney before they take the caution flag. Blaney has already taken it.
That's Jeff Gordon trying to get back on the lead lap. Here is the car that brought out the caution.
Tore the whole right side out. That thing, that is what we would call
Pancake.
pancake. Thank you.
Well, no, Darrell, you got to do the whole side if it's a pancake.
Well, that's
I don't know what that is, but I don't want it in my school.
Is that a waffle?
He's kind of waffling trying to get to pit road, and he will make it to his pit. So caution is out for the third time today at lap 159. This is NASCAR on Fox. Now here's Dale Jarrett, one of the 6 cars that was penalized for pitting too soon during the caution flag a lap before pit road was open.
We got trouble. Todd Bodine spinning off turn 4.
Slides through the grass and he saves it, loops it again, but he's going to stay off the racetrack with it. Caution's out. Lap 205. Todd Bodine with a spin down through the infield grass. Quickly, the cars that were penalized on that last caution flag. Jarrett's now back up to 9th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 10th. Ricky Rudd 11th. Matt Kenseth 12th. And Rusty Wallace back in 16th.
Just on his own. Nobody in front of him or behind him. Back in the throttle off turn 4. Just loops around with him there.
I was just going to follow up on what Jeff said about beating yourself. One of the things that we saw yesterday in the Busch race, late in the race, guys started scrubbing the wall. This groove is, folks, it is inches off the wall, so you're going to have to stay away from that wall and not hit it when he gets up beside it. I think the 93's back on pit road, guys.
Oh, Mark Martin's in trouble up in turn 2, and caution is out.
And 93's on pit road.
Job of hanging on, buddy. At least the car ain't hurt.
Now the 93 shoots straight through. Will Jerry Nadeau let Jeff Gordon have his lap back?
Oh, by all means.
Yes, teammates.
He better.
And Mark Martin will coast toward the garage. Now, here's Nadeau coming around to the caution flag.
Well, he's way ahead of Gordon right here, so he's got to about lock it down to give Gordon. I'm telling you, that's when the guys on the roof are hollering, back it down, let Jeff get his lap back.
And they're having to do it in a big hurry.
In a hurry, because they wasn't expecting the caution.
Martin takes it straight to the garage. Whoa, and almost only misses the turn.
Oil on his tires. A lot of oil on the tires. He just couldn't get it turned in there. Plus, he rode around on the bottom of the racetrack. Tires get built up on him. She won't turn.
Joe Nemechek's crew had to jump for cover. Close call. Here's what happened down in turn 1.
Right where she turns the most RPM, Larry. Right about 8,800 right there. And they just won't take that. 500 miles is hard on these engines.
Boy, look at it. He had his hands full. Oil getting all underneath those rear wheels. He chases up the racetrack. You heard one of the crew members say, good job hanging on. Pit road is a busy place again.
Back on the lead lap. Thanks to an Alphonse and Gaston routine.
Here we got the left rear off the 93 car. They've got to have a lug stud problem. They've been having trouble with that left rear. They've got to have a lug problem. This is the left rear tire off Dave Blaney's rolling down the backstretch here.
Can you imagine the heartbreak to have a car that good, a car capable of winning a Winston Cup race, and have a failure like that?
Matt, what's going on with him?
Guys, he was going to hit pit road when the caution came out, so he drove on through. He was complaining something did not feel right. It felt like the left rear tire was going to come off, but they did not want to lose any more time, so he went back out, and now even more trouble for the 93 car of Dave Blaney.
He ain't going to want to hear it, but you picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel.
More. Not more of that, but more racing after this.
I had 4, but
NASCAR Winston Cup Racing presented by UPS on Fox. 235 laps complete. We are under caution for Mark Martin's engine. Give us a second to look at the point standings in the other major NASCAR Touring Series. In the NASCAR Busch Series, Jeff Green, after yesterday's race here in Atlanta, is the point leader by 5 over Greg Biffle, and Kevin Harvick, who will run that whole season, holds 3rd in the standings. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, after 2 races, Scott Riggs 5 over rookie Ricky Hendrick, and then Joe Ruttman, Randy Tolsma, Jack Sprague, former champ, rounds the top 5. We are under caution because of misfortune to Dave Blaney after his pit stop, or rather that happened during the caution. It was Mark Martin who put us under caution with engine trouble. But look what happens to Blaney after exiting the pit. Away goes the left rear.
Boy, that's a sad feeling for the driver, and it is a sick feeling for a crew chief.
I just feel so, I hope he wasn't offended by my song, but I feel so sorry for him. Have a car that good, and to have it all go down the tube.
You might as well laugh about it, Darrell, because crying won't help. So Dave Blaney gets hauled back to the garage area, and we'll be back with more NASCAR on Fox after this. A sport to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. have a strong run.
He's carrying the team this weekend. Park's out. Michael's had trouble. It's Dale Jr.'s time to shine.
But this is the man they are all chasing. Twice in a row.
Trouble over here in turn 3.
Flaming Kenseth slides, hits the wall.
Boy, that's ugly.
That birthday cake had way too many candles on.
Yeah,
Look at all the
that's
smoke inside that car.
Man, that's an oil fire.
He's got the window net down. He wants out of there.
Come on, buddy. Come on, hop out there.
He's okay, Darrell.
He's got the Hans. He's got the Hans on. That's this device right here. You can get out with it on. That's the Hans device he has on. He got up out of there.
Caution, of course, is out at lap 275.
See, that's what people don't realize. When you got to get out of there, you got incentive like he had to get out of there, you'll figure out a way to come up out of that thing.
That looked like, never mind birthday candle, that looked like a Roman candle.
Oh, that was
turn 3.
That was ugly, Mike. I mean, that's an oil fire. That's what happened. The engine blew and just got oil all over the headers, and thing caught on fire.
From Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s bud cam.
See a little smoke coming out of it? Wow. Then she just ignites like a Roman candle.
I'd say the whole bottom end come out of that motor, and this is the second Roush car that has blown up today, plus Jeff Burton, another Roush car, is out there on 7 cylinders.
Too much gear.
And they will pull some low gear.
Oh, they will. They'll pull lower than anybody. Whoa, look at that.
That's not a fuel fire. That is an oil fire.
Looks like John Force going down the straightaway on a drag strip. Boy. And of course he's
already getting the window net down.
He's got the window net down, and the smoke is, I'm sure, is just about to choke him to death. But you can see that oil coming out underneath the car and going on those hot headers. Those header pipes under there are about 1,500 degrees.
And Bobby Labonte's race may not last much longer. He's puffing out both pipes.
With 50 laps to go, I think it's on its dying leg.
Well,
right
that's
here.
the same thing. That's how it looked last week. And he'll probably nurse it to the finish, but obviously out of contention. I can't predict blown motors. I'm just sorry.
They made a change in Sterling Marlin's car and went backwards.
Whoa, he squeezed up there in front of Dale Jr. Matter of fact, he didn't quite make it. 31 just bounced off the wall, guys. Caution's out.
Looks like everyone will get past Mike Skinner.
Same thing we saw happen yesterday, Mike. The speeds go up, the track cools down, and you start running faster, and they get up in the wall.
They will come back to the line, and I don't see a lead lap car in touch with the leader. Stewart was the first of those lead lap cars, and he's pretty well back. Gordon and Earnhardt Jr.
Jeff Gordon is deciding that he might want to race people back to the line, and that's, wow, usually something we don't do.
Darrell, I believe that he and Earnhardt Jr. were side by side as that caution came out. Gordon trying to get that position worked out as they came around.
Normally, you kind of, if you're not racing anybody, you just kind of hold your hand up and hold your position.
There you see Skinner right there, all the way up the top of the racetrack. Gets up in that gray stuff. Just not enough racetrack up there. Just as turn 4. Gets a little bit loose up there, up in that stuff where you can't have no grip, Darrell.
No, and you see all the dust and the dirt and the rubber, and there's nothing you can do. I tell you, the wall down there in the middle of 3 and 4 is black, where people have been rubbing up against it.
From the Lowe's onboard camera.
Gets in just a little too high. Oh, the back end snapped around just a little bit.
He was lucky nobody ran over him. There was a bunch of cars right behind him.
Look at this wall. Man, this thing was painted last night. It was fresh this morning.
But Darrell, we've only run.
Gordon coming, but you see Junior and Sterling Marlin side by side.
All clear.
Sterling either something happened to Sterling.
Smoke for Marlin's
Lost the
car.
motor.
Lost the motor.
Kaboom.
Caution.
Caution. Okay, caution's going to be
Big
out.
time.
Caution's out.
Lap 300, 8th caution of the day.
Oh, it's a shame. Another good running Dodge that had a chance to win.
Nadeau brings it back to the line, and for the second week in a row, the point leader falls out of the race.
Yeah, that was too bad. Something internally snapped in that engine. But, boys, this is when that happens. I mean, the last little bit of these this is 500 miles. This isn't one of those short races. It's in a short track. This is 500 miles on a really fast super speedway.
And Sterling Marlin just lacked 25 laps from hanging on to the point lead. Let's see what happened here. Right in front of Jeff Gordon. There it goes.
Jeff did a good job of just kind of turning down out behind Sterling. Obviously, Sterling's engine gave him a little warning, but that could have been disastrous if Jeff had run in the back of him.
Now Tony Stewart comes back on pit road, and he's smoking.
He's got a right front tire flat, looks like.
Yep. And Robert Presley there with the hood up as well.
Boy, watch how close Gordon gets to Sterling there. And makes the right move.
All right, we only got 10 cars now on the lead lap. We've run 6 laps.
That's off Tony Stewart's car.
These cats going to come in again.
Nadeau stays out. Jarrett stays out.